Welcome to our exclusive masterclass, Episode 5.
Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to all the participants who have joined us today for episode 5 of Masterclass series with TechnoStruct Academy. Today's topic of discussion is BIM for infrastructure projects. And today we have an expert guest from L&T. We have Mr. Mariram Subramaniam. Thank you so much, Mr. Mariram, for joining with us today. Mr. Mariram works as a senior BIM manager at L&T, and he has been pivotal in implementing advanced BIM methodologies for complex large-scale infrastructure projects. I am pretty sure his insights will offer a practical perspective on how BIM is used in today's world, especially in for transforming infrastructure projects in our country. I am extremely thrilled to have Mr. Mariram and the insights that he had about the industry and about how BIM and technology is being used currently by L&T is really amazing. And I'm hoping this session would be insightful for all the participants today. And thank you again. And I'm welcoming you, Mr. Mariram, to this session. Hi.
Yeah, thanks, Rohit. Thanks for the brief introduction.
Thank you. My
Very-
pleasure. How are you doing today?
All good, all good.
Great.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mariram, you can present your screen and start with the masterclass, and we are completely excited for it.
Sure. Share my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah, hope it is fine now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very glad to be here in this forum to talk about building information modeling in infrastructure projects. So, as you all know, infrastructure projects, India is a fast developing country where infrastructure projects plays a significant role in terms of developing the economic growth by improving the connectivity of transportations, roads, and public services. As we L&T, we call it as a national builders, which plays a key role in terms of developing infrastructure projects in India. We execute end-to-end solutions. We start from design and engineering to constructions, and also commissionings to ensure the quality and timely delivery of the projects. So I like to show two iconic projects in this forum. One is Ram Janmabhoomi Temple at Ayodhya, which the model has been completely, we have built a digital model of the entire projects to convey the construction of methodology to the clients, which talks about the excavation area. And we have developed the precise, finest DDLF model. And also we explain the construction methodology in a digital manner to show about the start with excavations and adding multiple layer of foundations with 56 engineer filling informations, everything which we are trying to digitalize through BIM to explain the construction methodology. Also, I would like to talk about Statue of Unity, which is a world tallest statue, which is about 182-meter high. So we started BIM at the tender level, which we created a prototype statue model in 3 different heights, and we converted it by using the 3D scanner, and we brought into the BIM model all the tenderings, and then when we moved to operating job, we started designing and coordinations, multidisciplinary coordinations, everything happened through BIM, and the shop drawings are extracted from the model.
Wow.
This is one of the 2 iconic projects which I would like to present here in this
Great.
forum.
Great.
And also, as L&T, we involve in various kind of projects, start from airports, metro stations, viaducts, elevator stations, underground stations, and highway structures, water treatment plant structures, powerhouse projects. We involve all kind of infrastructure projects. So we are proud to call it as a national builders. I would like to share few iconic projects in the recent days which we handed over. Start with Mumbai Trans Harbour Link, which the BIM has been used extensively. Start from design stage And we also deployed 4D BIM where we can able to track the project with respect to timeline. We'll see in detail in the upcoming slides. I just want to give a glimpse of these four iconic projects. And also Kempegowda International Airport Terminal 2 in Bangalore, which the complete interior design, the gardening theme, everything has been done in a digital model. And we also deployed FM for this project. And also I'd like to talk about Narendra Modi Stadium where we created a 3D model. We had a digital VR model where the client approval has been done through that, and we deployed 4D into that. And there is a one more project, Dubri Bulberry project, Assam, which we created again a 3D model. We started from design and we deployed field BIM as well in this project. So these are the recent projects which we used BIM extensively. So I just want a basic definition of what is BIM. So a BIM is nothing but it's a visual representation of buildings and infrastructures with a precise geometry. So when it is not restricted to only 3D, it allows you to add informations layer by layer at various stages of the project. So at last, a BIM which help you to manage the assets through the life cycle of the project. So that is that we call it as, usually a BIM is not only it's a process which helps you to manage the assets throughout the life cycle of the projects. So why do we need BIM in infrastructure projects? The thing is, like, when we come to infrastructure project, the geometries are more complex and the volume is quite big. So we need a clear visualization in terms of understanding the design to execute in the projects. So which BIM helps to convert that design information into a 3D so that it enables to execute that site in a faster manner. So that improve, and also to improve the design accuracy. And 2D design, sometimes it causes miscommunication where 3D can able to clarify the informations for the execution at site. And also to analyzing the error and delay, which where 4D will pitch in. We'll talk about in detail in the upcoming slides in terms of what are the use cases of BIM with respect to the field. And yeah, in terms of standards, we have to follow the standards to use the BIM extensively throughout the life cycle. So as a L&T, we deploy BIM in various use cases. So of course, basic requirement is, yes, we need to have a proper 3D model. So by following all standards, ensuring the components quality and consistent by using the component library. So we have the L&T component library where all the components has been audited to make sure that it will be extensively used in the projects. And also moving to how I'm going to collaborate in a common data environment where multiple stakeholders can able to coordinate through in a common platform in the cloud management. And also we deploy BIM at field, start from 3D coordinations. We deploy BIM for safety, as we proud to say that L&T is one of the first time in India, even across the globe, where we have used 8D, which is BIM for safety, to extensive. I will talk about in detail in the slides, in the dedicated slides. And also, we have used BIM for the 3D controlling planning, where we have brought the BIM model to the total stations to do various analysis. And also, we deploy BIM in 4D and 5D, where it talks about connecting the timeline parameters to the BIM model, also adding cost into that. And also, we are deploying BIM in terms of digital rehearsal before construction, how it has to be constructed, right? All the construction methodology, which we try to convey through digital way for the faster approval from clients. And also we are using BIM to GS. So these are the major use cases where L&T deploying BIM. We'll talk about in detail in the upcoming slides. So as I told, standards is more important to ensure the quality and inconsistent. So when coming to standard, as L&T, we have a process framework for all the use cases, start from 3D, how the model has to be set up, how the design information has to be converted into 3D BIM model, how the coordination should happen, how I'm going to collaborate with multiple stakeholders, or how I'm going to deploy 4D BIM. All the use cases which we have seen in the last year, we have defined a proper SOP, a process framework to ensure the quality and consistent. Yeah, I'll start from 3D. So as you all know, 3D is nothing but to enable visualization of your 2D informations. It's not only that, it's again, we are adding a more information, especially in terms of 3D. we are not only covering the skeleton part. We are also, we are not only covering the exposed area. We are also doing in detail 3D information in terms of concealed data like reinforcements, tendons, all those structures. So the major complex structure here is the interface of reinforcements and tendons. Also, we are doing in detail in the 3D BIM environment, where we create a proper 3D model at LOD 400 level for all the reinforcements, and also we used to bring a model the tendons, so that interface clash check and all we do in terms of coordinations with respect to 3D BIM.
So reinforcement and tendons are clash free in that slide. Is that correct?
Yes, to ensure that it is clash free.
Great.
Yeah. And in terms of modeling, again, we are not only doing the permanent structure, we also do the casting yard for the digital rehearsal purpose. We also do station buildings, tunnels, noise barriers, viaducts, all kind of structures in terms of infrastructure projects and buildings. We used to model it. When we say modeling, we are not only doing the traditional way of manual modeling. We have extensively using some automation tools to make the model in a more accurate and to ensure the quality and to develop the model in an accurate way. For example, one of these airport projects where we have a complex geometry columns, which we have used Grasshopper integrated with Rhino for the automations in terms of to make the model in a dynamic and do multiple iterations to get the optimized output design. And also we have used the model at the fabrication level, where all the panels has a we have defined with unique ID, and that has been used at the fabrication level to avoid wastage to the very minimum level by using these automations.
This is Delhi airport, right?
This is Mumbai.
Mumbai airport, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Rhino and Grasshopper has been used for this.
yes, for
The
generating
parametric structure.
And also in terms of coordinations, we are also using Dynamo scripts to create openings. So the major challenge in doing the clash check is, there are processes where you can able to identify the clashes, but how are we going to resolve the clashes in the model? There, again, it's a tedious task where the user has to go to the individual locations, identify the clash in the any clash platform, and you have to mitigate in the design authoring tool by doing the manual way of modeling, which we also using some automation by using the Dynamo scripts, where you are at the modeling level. For example, let's have a wall where duct is passing through the wall. So while modeling the wall, by running the scripts, the script will sense the interface part and it will create the opening according to that to avoid the clashes at the modeling stage. These will help to reduce as much clashes in the clash test. So
So the cutout will automatically come according to the size of the duct?
Correct. Yes. So when I do the modeling of wall, I can place my MEP model into that. By running the script, it will sense the duct size, and according to the requirement of the tolerance, it can provide the opening in the wall. So this is one of the thing which will reduce your man hours drastically in terms of you're going with a traditional way, identify the clash in the model, and create the opening. So this would be the effective way where you can save a lot of man hours in terms of resolving the clashes in the model.
Great. So you can also, in the script, I guess you can also have customized the opening size based on.
Yes. So by default, the script will sense the size of the duct. On top of it, based on the design requirement, you can add some tolerance values so that create openings so that the duct can pass.
Great.
Yeah. And also, we are not only modeling the permanent structures, also as we good in 3D modeling in terms of temporary structure also we do model, and the shop drawings are extracted from the BIM model in terms of creating the form of model, and we are also modeling the safety components. So this I would like to cover in 3D. Yeah, of course, we can't avoid the clash test in 3D. So we do design coordinations, we do clash check in a structured way, and we will generate a clash check report to ensure that model is clash free at last before execution at site.
Great.
Again, the benefit of 3D, you all know we can able to run a walkthrough model and we can see the final output of the design before it constructs at site.
I think this is done through Twinmotion.
We have used Fuser.
Fuser, okay.
Yeah, but we use Twinmotion as well based on the requirement. I just want to pitch more on the field beam side, because at the design phase, we all very familiar that model has to be created. We do clash check, we do coordinations, all those stuff we know. But coming to the field beam, how BIM is giving a significant impact in terms of faster delivery, to ensure the quality, to track the project, everything has been happened through BIM. So that is what which I'm going to more focus on the field beam side. So when we say field beam, the common construction problem which we discussed with multiple sites, we understand that there are four major common problems. Start with communications and coordination, safety, construction time, and schedule cost. So we are trying to mitigate all these four construction problems through BIM. So start with communications. So when we say communication, in the traditional way, if you see the communication, how it happens, it's all between one-to-one communication. So there are chances of duplicate data because of multiple times sharing to the multiple stakeholders through one way of channel, and also chances of miscommunications because of new versions, new updates has been happening in the recent days. So these are the common challenge problem in terms of communication through traditional way. When we go with common data environment, which we call it as CDE, it's a pure cloud data management system, not only 2D information, it also deals with 3D. So when we say 3D, yeah, of course, a BIM can be collaborated in the cloud data and common data environment, and also multiple stakeholders can able to collaborate in a single platform, which gives a single truth of informations, and it's all one way of communications where you can able to pick the information in a common source, and also you can able to share the information to the common platform, so that multiple stakeholders can able to collaborate in one platform. So as L&T, we are using Autodesk Construction Cloud as a CDE, where our most of all the BIM models are hosted based on the projects. All the BIM models are hosted in the common data environment, and the design stage review happen through BIM, and also the site execution also can happen by accessing the models in the cloud platform. And also we are just moved one step ahead, where to eliminate the traditional way. Again, why we call it as traditional way is when we do clash check through any platform, for the first thing, we have to export the file from the design authoring tool. Then it's a manual process of exporting the file from design authoring tool to the class reduction tool. Again, we have to do the class test. So the informations are through sharing through manual way of process. Now we are just trying to move one step ahead by using the ACC model collaboration tool, where you can able to run the class check in the real-time design information, and the class check reports can be generated instantly at the time of design stage. So this helps, and also a site person can able to access the model through ACC to refer the 3D model or any 2D drawings which can be accessed in the ACC. It's all complete, integrated, systematic approach, start from design to the execution by using the common data environment, Autodesk Construction Cloud. Yeah, as I said, clash again. The clash is also integrated to a design authoring tool, which means when we run the clash check through ACC, we can able to create an issue in the specific locations, and the issue can be addressed to the concerned person to mitigate the to address the clashes. Once the clash has been resolved, the issue will be closed. The loop is completely now it is closed in the proper way. So the issue will be open at the time of clash check, and the clash check, once the clash is resolved in the design authoring tool, the issue is closed. So the loop is completely in a closed in a proper way. It's all happened through in one platform, ACC. And also, as I told, site people can able to access the 2D drawings and the 3D model at site using their smartphones or tablets. With having a decent internet facility, they can able to access the informations. So that eliminates the paper. So
Yes.
it is completely digitalized. Yeah, as I told, completely. Now I just want to pitch in detail about the field beam side. So start with 3D coordinations, digital visualizations. Yeah. 3D coordinations, visualizations, 4D, 5D, BIM for safety, site utilization planning, digital rehearsal, project scheduling, visual communications, AR, VR, everything could happen at the site. So as LT, what we create a culture like we are creating a role at field BIM coordinator at site, who will be at site, and we deploy a BIM room or kiosk machine at site to enable BIM at the field. So
Okay.
yeah, that helps to deploy BIM at field. So as a design stage, the model has been developed in the design phase, and it is moved to integrated platform, which we call it. We are using Excel Manager predominantly for the 4D and 5D deployment.
Oh,
So
nice.
a 3D model at the design phase has been developed in the design authoring tool, and it is moved to the integrated platform. And when coming to execution part, of course, the project will have a proper planning schedule, and the breakdown structure has been defined in the line items. All those information which come from MSP or Primavera into the integrated platform. So that we call it as 4D, where we are integrating our BIM model elements to the line item of the schedule. So that's about 4D. And also parallelly, like we can also able to add cost into that, since the model can able to generate the quantity in a precise way. On top of it, if I add a cost as a parameter, then I can able to achieve 5D, which through that I can able to control the project planning in terms of what is my plan, what is my actual status, and all the cost analysis, everything can be happen through BIM. Yeah, coming to 4D. As I told, we are connecting all the BIM elements into the corresponding line items that enables to identify the elements date-wise progress. So when I say, for example, in this slide, I'm connecting the foundation elements to the corresponding line item. Once elements are connected, I can able to track the start date as per baseline, which is as per planned schedule. And I can also able to track the actual site progress based on the progress monitoring from the site.
I have one question. I see that you are using Excel Manager for 4D and 5D,
Yeah.
but how do you ensure interoperability when you use different software apart from Autodesk? Excel is different, right? How do you ensure interoperability in this scenario?
We use IFC, and Bexel has a dedicated plugin where you can able to export BX3 from your design authoring tool.
Oh,
So there are two things
BSD files.
supports BX3.
BX3, okay.
So from your design authoring tool, you can export the file as a BX3, and also it supports IFC. It's an open BIM source. So through that, we can able to bring the 3D information into your integrated platform.
Great, great.
Yeah. And also it supports MSD Primavera as a native file, and it supports XML. So through that, we can able to bring the schedule into the integrated platform. So as I told, based on your work breakdown structure, you can able to connect the elements to the line item. Yeah. So once the elements are connected to the line item to my baseline schedule as well as the actual schedule, I can able to generate a detailed delay analysis report in terms of giving the reports from 4D model. So what are the reports which we predominantly used to generate from the 4D model is we used to create we have created a template where we used to assign colors for the activity, and we will run the comparative analysis between your baseline and the actual schedule, which will give the report of what is my planned activity to the particular duration frame. It will ask you to define the time as a parameter. Once you define the time frame, it will export as a proper report in terms of within that particular time frame, what would be my planned activity and what would be my completed activity. And again, another bifurcation within the completed activity, it also sends the time where you are ahead of your baseline, where you are delay of your baseline. Even though it is completed, it will go in detail in terms of whether you are ahead or delay or on time in terms of comparing with your planned schedule.
I have one question here. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
So generally the planned schedule is created by the planners, right? And you have the actual schedule based on the construction happening on site. So how frequently do you feed that data to the model, the actual schedule data?
It depends on the project, but we have a facility where you can able to update your actual schedule on real-time manner. So we have again a cloud platform where you can able to take the model at site, and you can able to update the daily progress at site through BIM, and that information you can bring back to your integrated platform. So it's again a project call where they can able to track the activity on daily basis or any time period if they want to track. Yeah, that also could be possible.
Great, great.
Yeah.
So this will be generally done by the BIM coordinator on site, or how is it generally?
Yeah, we encourage a field BIM coordinator who always do the update the 4D model at site, but
Okay.
information comes from the execution team. So we encourage all the site people start from execution, planning, quantity, everyone. We used to give access to the ACC, where we encourage everyone to access the model through cloud. So we have that culture where people used to take iPad or with their smartphones, they can able to access the model at site, and all this information can bring from site through CD.
Great. One more question, sorry. So do
Yeah.
you think in the current scenario, do you think the site engineers or field engineers should also be aware of BIM? Is it necessary for them in the future construction? What do you see
Yes,
that?
the transition is happen slowly. It is happening. Yeah, but yeah, of course, way forward, everyone we have to deploy the digital transformation has to be happen across the sector.
Great.
Yes, and it's not very no, it's a very user friendly. Platforms are very user friendly where we can able to access like the way how we use our Insta, Facebook, like the ways how we use
Not
social.
complex.
It's become it's very user friendly.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, so coming back to the slide again, we used to track the in progress activity. Again, it will go in detail in terms of whether you are ahead or delay on time, even though it is in progress. And not started, it will what is the activity supposed to be started, which is not started, which could be ahead in terms of when it constructed site. It could be delay or on time. So all these informations can be able to be will be extracted from the 4D model by running the delay analysis. So if you see here, as I told, it will create a selection set when I run the delay. That is an automation process. It is not a manual. Just we have to link the elements to the model. Once we click the button of, we have the automation process, which we generate the report instantly by clicking one button. So when I click the button, it will create the selection set. By clicking that selection set, it will select the elements in the viewer, and by direction, it will select the elements, select the line items in the schedule, so that I can able to ensure that these are the elements which has been planned for this time frame.
Great. This bidirectional thing, I think, doesn't work on other softwares. In Excel, it does.
Yes, yeah. And also, like as I told, any selection set which you select in the selection set, it will select the elements in the viewer, and bi-directionally you can able to select the line items in the schedule. So in this way, we can ensure the QA/QC process whether my line items are connected to the proper elements.
Great.
Yeah. So just move forward. Once we ensure the QA/QC process, the elements are connected to the proper line items, then it is good to generate the report. So as I told, we used to have a Excel CDE where our model has been pushed to the cloud so that it can be brought into the Power BI dashboard that gives a clear picture to the management where they can able to see the project progress monitoring through Power BI dashboard.
These
So
dashboards are generally for your management people to check the progress. Is that a correct assumption?
yeah. Our management people, we used to, we have a project review meetings. So all those
Ah,
meetings happen regarding the progress meetings, everything happened through 4D.
okay. Nice.
Yeah, I would like to talk about in detail in terms of look ahead plan, where you can able to identify my forecast activity for the next 3 months or 30 days based on your requirement. You can define the duration. According to that, it will create a dashboard for the forecast activity. Also, we can able to generate a visual dashboard in terms of plan versus actual. So if you see here in this slide, on the top view where you can able to see the planned activity for that particular duration, and in the second view where you can able to see what are the elements has been completed at that situations and what are the elements which has to be which is delayed as per my baseline. So all this visual dashboard can be generated instantly through your 4DB. So as I mentioned before, like it also can able to give a insights on the look ahead plan, where to plan my logistics, to understand the constructability issue, all these things which I can able to sense in advance by running the look ahead plan, which will give the complete detail of your activity for your next 3 months or 30 days, 90 days based on your requirement. It will give the output.
Great.
Yeah. At last, we also can do simulations to ensure that my construction sequence is correct as per my schedule. So these will help you to ensure your schedule quality purpose. Like if there is anything which has to be fixed at the schedule, you can able to identify through this simulation part. This is one of the metro station projects where they have to place the panels in a sequence so that line items has been created according to that, and we connected to the panels to the line items to ensure that it is in the correct order.
Mhm.
Yeah, in terms of these are the things which we do in terms of using the 4DB. Again, coming to 5D. So 5D is nothing but you are extracting the quantity from the model in terms of categories of the elements, in terms of materials. You can able to extract with respect to the UN. You can able to extract the information from the model and adding cost to that, which we call it as a 5D BIM. So here, like we always, take the quantity in a structured way in terms of extracting the concrete, shuttering area, ducts, pipes, capabilities, all those things which we use to extract the quantity from the 3D model. Not only extracting the quantity, we also update the 3D model in terms of various, as a EPC, we always deal with various subcontractors in terms of for various activities. So what we do is like we used to demarcate their contractor scope in the 3D model, and we know the overall quantity of the particular activity, and based on the contractor's progress we used to update the information in the 3D model so that we can able to generate a invoice billing through BIM. So a short video, if you see here, it will explain like what is my these are the activities like externals, MEP service, block works, finishes, which we have demarcated the scope of work in the model for various vendors, and we have listed the vendors here. So based on the vendor scope, it will show the quantity of vendor scope, and it also will show the completed quantity so far how much the vendor has been completed. So these all tracking system is happening through BIM, and we have the classification system. So through that we can able to connect the cost into the BIM model, and we can do the cost analysis.
The invoicing will also happen from here from here itself.
Informations are extracted from this dashboard. Yes, we can invoice are generated through BIM model.
Nice.
And I would like to mention just one of the recent updates where Autodesk come up with the data exchange applications, where you can able to pull your metadata informations along with your 3D model into ACC. So that helps to bring the Power BI visual dashboard instantly from your ACC.
Yes.
Yeah, coming to the visualization part, we use VR at site office, where you can able to coordinate with your design team it will take you to the digital immersive world where you can able to see the complete 3D model in a virtual reality mode, and you can able to walk through, you can read the materials, you can read the material element properties, and you can coordinate with your design team or clients. So all these collaborations you can happen, which is happening through VR, which we deploy at various site office. As I told, we have a dedicated BIM room where we used to deploy VR into that, so that site team can able to explore a BIM model through VR platform. And also we are using augmented reality, where you can able to bring your 3D model into the actual site by superimposing at the site condition, and you can able to cross verify your future construction. I can give one of the use case where you have I'll just play this video parallelly. So if you see here, a wall which has openings, in future as per design has HVAC ducts which has to come through the wall opening. To ensure your wall opening size, you can able to bring your MEP model into the air platform, and you can superimpose into the actual site. Whether if there is any design coordination as required, you can able to do in advance, and this can be avoid rework and wastage at site in terms of deploying AR at site.
Nice.
Yeah. Not
Which
only
software tool do you use for this?
we use Trimble Connect in terms of deploying AR currently, but yeah, we use various platforms across various projects at site.
Right. Trimble Connect.
Also to ensure the column positions, to ensure the repart spacings, all those stuff which we can able to ensure that whether the actual site condition is as in aligned with your design through your AI platform.
Great.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we deploy BIM room at various sites where the site persons can able to experience the BIM model through VR. And also you can able to coordinate with the field BIM coordinator in terms of accessing the drawings and model through ACC. And also we encourage to have a kiosk machine at site where the executive team can able to access the drawings through kiosk machine. And also we deploy mixed reality in some of the projects where you can able to bring your model in a digital manner to the site condition. And you can able to, if you add the timeline into the model, yes, you can able to digitally run through the simulation through MR platform. And also you can able to ensure the locations, the interface part, all things you can ensure through this MR platform.
Again, Trimble Connect is used for this?
We use Fuser
For this.
for
Okay.
MR.
For the kiosk machine, is it installed on all the site, right? So is it for paperless
Yes,
construction?
it's for paperless. Yes.
So they can see the drawings here. How about the models?
Yeah, when we have ACC, we used to have a 2D sheets as well as a 3D model. So
Okay, the ACC itself is connected. Okay. Oh, okay. Nice.
And also we do digital rehearsal through our BIM model. This is one of the use cases in the recent days where, as per design, the ramp it should be at 12 meter, but due to the place constraint at the real-time site condition, it couldn't be possible. But to ensure to do the iteration design, we have run through the digital rehearsal and we have bring all the information in the digital way, and we run through the truck through ramp by doing some iterations, and we come up with a solution that the ramp width can be reduced from 12 meter to 8 meter. So these are the things where BIM plays a significant role in terms of deploying BIM at field. And
Nice.
this is another use case where the client want to see the construction methodology in a digital manner, and it got approved through BIM, where you have trains are in operations at the ground level, and you have a viaduct which has to be erected at site. So we come up with a solution through BIM. All this construction methodology has been digitalized, and we animated everything in terms of how the sequence has to be constructed at site. So all those informations which gives a confidence to the client for the easy approval process.
Great.
Considering the time error, just skip the video to understand the concept. And this is another use case where you have the heavy transformer on one side of the bridge, and it has to be transferred to the other end to the side. So we come up with a solution through digital rehearsal, how the truck has to be, the gantry things, everything has to, how it has to be in sequence, and how the operation has to be done on site. Everything has been digitalized here to ensure the safety, and the transformer has been successfully transferred to the other side.
Which project is this?
This is one of the project in Assam.
Nice.
This is Katni project. This is one of the project in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Yeah, also we do digital rehearsal in terms of crane dismantling as well. This is one of the high story structure where client wants to understand the crane dismantling methodology. Again, we come up the solution through digital rehearsal, and
Which software?
We have used Fuser predominantly for any kind of digital rehearsal activity.
Nice.
And we convey the information how the train dismantling parts will be transported from site to the yard location. Yeah. So coming to 3D controlling plan. So we are using SX12 predominantly in various sites where we will, there are three major use cases which we are using SX12 set. One is laser scanning to prepare the asphalt model. So so one is laser scanning, which post construction we do the laser scan through SX12, and we can able to extract the point load model from Trimble SX12 and to build the asphalt model. Second thing, and also it create a heat map to find the discrepancy between the design and the actual site at site, actual progress at site. Second thing is it also helps to identify the locations to mark your anchor bolt or any hanger locations or any junction bars which you want to place on top of your concrete or finishes.
Can you
To
elaborate on this, please? This is very interesting, anchor bolt.
Let me play this video. For example, in this project where they want to locate the anchor bolt. So anchor bolt locations are defined in the design model. So by accessing the model through SX12, it will send the locations of your anchor bolt location and it will immediately marking at site.
Okay,
This,
it will mark pointers on site.
yes, if you
Nice.
see a white LED
Yeah,
light,
yeah.
locate your anchor bolt as per your design.
Nice. This can be done for hangers as well, I guess.
Yes, hangers, especially when we have a post-tensioning slabs, we should
Yes.
not disturb the tendons. So it
Yeah.
is very important that we have to, at any cost, we should not disturb the tendons by in terms of providing openings or drilling the
Correct.
socket of the slab. So in that location, to identify the tendon location, yeah, you can able to achieve through this SX1.
Great. Rumble.
Should be SX1. Yeah, these are the use cases where we at site it has been completed and we have done the laser scanning to develop the asphalt model through Trimble SX12.
Nice.
Yeah, this kind of complex geometry profile also we can able to do the laser scanning to SX12.
But how accurate is this SX12?
Yeah, that is why it will generate the heat map and it will compare with your design model and it will sense how far it is accurate as per discrepancy between your design and construction in terms of identify the undulations, identify any profile changes at site.
How will it know what is my design model? Because I'm scanning the site, right? But how will it identify
Because
my
we are
design?
making your BIM model into the SX12 machine. So
You're loading the BIM model also to the
there
SX12?
are two-way process. One is as SX12 can able to generate the point cloud data by throwing the points at site. It will scan the data information. It will generate a point cloud model. You can bring your point cloud model into your design authoring tool and you can do the comparison between your design model and your asphalt model. In that way, you can able to and also generate the heat map
Okay.
by comparing your design model and also not only there is another use cases where post concrete it will have some when we do the slab concrete there will be some undulations in terms of for various reasons it could be.
Right.
So by generating the heat map, it will identify with respect to your reference. Let's take my slab should be at plus 4 meter level. For various reasons, but after post concrete, it could be a 3.95 in some location, it could be 3.85, it could be 4.01. So those information you can able to generate capture that through SX12 by generating the heat map by giving the reference level. With that reference, it could able to read the surface area and it will identify the locations where it went down and where it went up.
So now in this scenario, you're feeding the BIM model to SX12.
As I told, two-way. One is you can define your reference level in the SX12 only. So standalone,
Okay.
that you can able to read the surface area with respect to that given input value. And according to that, it generate a heat map. The other way, as I told, you can also bring your BIM model into that, as I told, but in a different workflow where you can able to do augmented reality by generating the point cloud data and superimpose your BIM model through AI platform. And as also I mentioned that you can download your point cloud data from SX12 and you can import in the design authoring tool where you can able to compare your design model as well as the as-built model.
I think we can have a separate session only on this.
Yes,
Very
it has
useful.
a lot of insights.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, coming to BIM to GS, yes, we are also doing BIM to GS for various projects in terms of especially we are doing in most of the wet projects to place a model with your geo-reference. And also we are trying to capture the buried existing informations to ensure that the proposed design does not interface with your existing buried data. So, and also we are also doing BIM to GS in terms of real-time progress monitoring, which we run through the drone around your structure, and you do capture the drone images based on the real-time site progress, and we will bring that into your geo reference, and we'll bring your design model. This will give the clear visualization of what has been done at site and what is my outstanding scope as per design. So yeah, we do this kind of activity as well in terms of BIM to GS. On top of it, we are also read the terrain informations, and we will come up with we'll do some calculation in terms of what is my cutting and filling quantity based on my foundation level.
Nice.
Yeah. And also we are doing some laser scanning in terms of, again, just coming to SX12, one of the recent projects where we dump the materials at site. To ensure the volume of the material, we do the laser scanning, and that gives output of total volume of the material, and to ensure that whether what is our
It,
requirement,
it matches the procurement.
that validation we do
Great.
through SX1. And also I want to talk about safety.
Yes.
As I told, we are proud to say that BIM for safety has been successfully implemented in L&T in terms of fall production system. So with respect to safety, yeah, we have come up with a solution in terms of working at height.
Yeah.
Of all production system. So we have created safety components, and we have loaded in our component organization component library, and we are encouraging all IC the projects they have to use these components. Also, we come up with a solution, and the safety model can be automatized. So by using the Dynamo scripts. So if you just run through this video. So one of the we have come up with solution for buildings and linear projects. Coming to the buildings, yeah, predominantly we have to use modular production at the floor edge. So by using Dynamo, picking your slab edge, it will start placing the components, and also by reading the length, it will occupy the modular production at the floor edge to avoid the fall productions. Also, all the safety components like safety screens with supporting arrangements and the access platform and the lip shaft catchy nuts, lip shaft gates, all those informations we try to automate through Dynamo scripts. So this enables a field BIM coordinator does not want to spend much time again, in terms of modeling the safety thing.
So is this an API or is it with Dynamo? Have you created a separate API for them?
we have created as a Dynamo. Then again, we use Dynamo scripts. By using the Dynamo scripts, we have created some add-ins as well. So by using add-in also, it can able to.
So you're automatically placing all the safety screens by just clicking on it. Is that?
Yeah, just by clicking the surface and picking the edge, you can be able to place the components. Also, like we do QTO, we can able to generate a QTO from the safety model instantly by running the script. In terms of linear projects, yeah, placing the barricade boards, placing the handrails and the girder, all those things we have tried to automate just by clicking the edge and the surface.
Great.
This is so it helps two things. One is it will create a project specific safety awareness video in terms of workers and the execution team who can be able to see the safety video in terms of their own project, so that they can be able to identify the potential hazards easily when they work at site. By visualizing this model, they can be able to identify the potential hazards in advance before at site.
Does all site engineers, that's all the field person watch this video, or how is it?
Yeah. We encourage two things. One is we create a VR model for the safety, and we create a complete walkthrough of the safety model, so that safety engineer and the executive team can be able to see, and they can be able to come up with a fall production system, how it has to be mitigated, everything, all insights which we used to deliver through this VR and walkthrough model.
Nice.
On top of it, we are also adding information where we have digitalized the fall production tracker from full BIM. So as I told, we are encouraging the site persons to access the model at site using a cloud platform through your iPad and phone. So similarly, how the way you can capture the daily progress at site. The same thing, the safety engineer can able to access the model at site. He can able to inspect the locations, and I'll just play this video parallelly. So that now the safety engineers went at site and just inspecting the site. And if you identify anything has to be fixed properly at site in terms of safety, so he can able to spot the locations in the model by using the Bexel CDE, and he can raise a ticket through Bexel CDE, and that information can able to pass on to the field BIM coordinator into this integrated platform, and he can able to spot the location in the model and raise the ticket to the concerned person to address that once. And also we are able to generate a visual Power BI dashboard in terms of safety. So what is the percentage of compliance has been achieved at site in terms of fall production system? all those informations which we try to address through BIM.
I might be seeing the safety dashboard for the first time.
Yeah.
BIM for safety.
Yeah, with that, I would like to leave the forum for any question and answers in terms of how to terms of the workflow or what are the challenges